Howdy ho, everyone. Welcome to Knowledge and Nonsense. Myself, Sharon Combs, and Mr. Lorraine Perkins.
Hey, good evening. Good
Good
evening.
evening. Well, it's 12th. It's Tuesday night. It's the 12th. We have about 11 days before
Dang.
we're going to be in San Antonio kicking it off for HSPA. And I'm excited. I'm beginning to feel the excitement of interacting with other people, of going on the exhibit floor and seeing some of the we haven't seen these vendors up close and personal on this stage for a minute. So I'm
Yeah,
excited to see some of the new technology. How about you?
I'm very excited. HSPA and formerly Isham is a culture now. It's part of the culture of SPD. We expect this conference every year. We look forward
Yes.
to it. So it's gonna feel good for it to be in person again. Um, I can only imagine the amount of new technology in our field. During this COVID pandemic, when folks were at home and had to be socially distant, and the world paused for just a moment. The
Just a
creative
moment.
minds never stopped. It
Right.
just ramped up.
I'm loving it. There's been people who's made some great moves. I feel like Knowledge and Nonsense has pretty much had an established presence and will continue to do so. Beyond Clean has made some moves that and we said that when we first started, we actually said that. I don't know. I'm sure you remember, but we were talking. It was myself, you, Lila, Danny. You know what I'm saying? Danny Vasquez. We were just talking on that panel, and we were saying like this is a great opportunity for people who were not necessarily staples, that there would be a lot of repositioning. This is a time to kind of lean in, and we will see some different people come out on the other side. And we're seeing that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it was you know, if you look at the wave, that's the pattern, right? The great exodus happened. A lot of people left the workforce, but the opposite also happened, right? There was also brand new doors that became ajar, brand new opportunities that became fermented. You know, um, again,
Yeah.
that's that creative forces. It went to high gear. So yeah, this is
And I'm
really
here for it.
yeah.
I'm here for it.
We're the recipients of it. We're the recipients of it. People like Sharon Green Golden. People like Sharon Kerry.
Yeah.
They laid seeds and far beyond. When we were just getting our legs and wings, and now we're able to fly and soar.
Yeah.
So on multiple avenues. Look, I can't wait to see the amount of technology and diversification of products and language and systems. So
Yeah.
this conference is really exciting to be a part of, and I'm looking forward to San Antonio.
Me too. Hey, listen, guys, go ahead and share this video and let us know in the comments. Hey, if we're going to see you in San Antonio, also if we're going to see you scrub ball. But 11 days we're going to be in San Antonio, so let us know if we're going to see you there. I know we're going to have some dynamic giveaways. We have something. We do have a live gathering that we'll be filming there. So come and find me. But let us know if you're going to be there, and some of the vendors and some of the education that you are actually going for. Now we know we're going to see people and hang out in the lobby and have our social hours and really just have round tables in person. But also there's going to be some quality education, not just the educational segment, but also in the booths. Some of the vendor booths are going to have quality education. So yeah, let us know. I definitely want to just say I definitely plan on visiting Skytron's booth. You know,
Skytron.
Skytron, I plan on. Hey, I need to go see it. I like blue anyway, so I definitely go see Skytron's booth.
Oh, look, we I can't wait to see what's new with Skytron, with Belly Med, with Ascalab, with Striker. There's so much out there. There's so much out there.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So let's go ahead. Let's give everybody a chance to share this video. we're going to get into it. Also, we are going to get into, some of our feedback. People have reached out to us, the number 214-717-5921. And one of the questions someone asked a couple of weeks back that we really want to address is, when you take on a new job, is it right? Not even right, but how much should you expect for things to be exactly as they said when they were getting you into the job? And so we really want to kind of go into that, because that's one of the things I'll even be speaking on in Isham is, a lot of people are disgruntled or feel like, hey, you lied to me, it was a trick. Because once you get in there, it may not look like it looked when you were in the interview section. So we are going to go into that. So bring your questions. And if you have an attitude and you feel like somebody did you wrong, you probably just hang out with us this hour.
Hey, every time you say Isham, I want $1.
All right, HSPA, that's right. And this is the first HSPA. So you know what? If you're going, guess what? You're part of history. That's right. You are at the first actual HSPA annual event. Real talk. Yeah. So yeah, give us about 30 seconds. We'll be right back.
Absolutely.
All right, and we're back. Hey guys, this is Knowledge and Nonsense. LaWayne and myself, we're just talking, and we're talking about the upcoming HSPA. We're going to talk about some of the things we are looking forward to seeing. There's a lot of new technology that's going to be out there. There are a lot of relationships that have been formed over these past 24 months online. If your network hasn't increased over these last 24 months,
shame on you.
Well, yeah, I don't want to throw shame on you, but yeah, man, you want to jump in. You want to go ahead and jump on this. Because again, this is the first HSPA meeting. Come be a part of history. If you haven't been, come. People say whatever, but come. Come and see it for yourself.
There's so much opportunity. These conferences is almost like, for instance, one of my favorite shows I like to watch Shark Tank, right? And some of the older seasons. And one thing you hear a lot about Shark Tank is when some of these inventors come on and ask what propelled their career, they mention trade shows. So in sterile processing, this is one of our signature trade shows. And you may not have a product, but guess what? You may be the product. You may want to advance your career, your knowledge base, your net worth, right? By networking. So come to hopefully we'll see you there. We're going to be making some rounds. I'm just super excited,
Yeah. And if you are the project, I'm just going to put this out here. I'll plug it a few more times. Tuesday, April 26th, that afternoon, come and listen. I'll be talking about different things for people who you are the project. But yeah, so Skytron, I said they're booth 719. We're going to go and see them. Steel Co., I think they're just finishing up a project up on the East Coast. Is it at Robert Wood?
Jersey.
Yeah. So, they're at booth 409.
Belly Med,
we cool with Belly Med. And so they're at booth 405. Listen, it's going to be some stuff.
We're gonna try to spread love everywhere. So when you see us, please share some love. Say, hey, I saw your Knowledge and Nonsense. Let's connect. Let us know you're a friend of the show, a friend of the platform. And want to get to know where you from, your city, what's your energy, what's your zen, what are you trying to accomplish at HSPA?
Yeah. What are you wanting to accomplish? And it can be more than one thing. I'm telling you, man, especially if you're somewhere and you're like, well, I don't know, I've never been before, or you feel like you're all alone where you are because there's not support maybe from your OR or the suites. They don't understand the challenges. You're going to have people who understand the challenges, and there are going to be so many cool tools. I'm talking like virtual. There's going to be some VR things where you can go through the entire reprocessing process the last time it was there. So yeah, it's about to be on and popping.
And you know what? Oh, go ahead. What else is cool is that a lot of technicians and folks in our field simply can't make the conference for whatever reasons. It can be financial, family obligations, work schedules, whatever the case. So if you are selected to go, if you're able to go, you have an obligation. You have to go and bring back the information. Don't
Yes.
hug it. Bring it back. Share it. Spread the word.
There's some stuff out there that can help you. So I definitely wanted to Arlene says, "Hey there. Hey Arlene, how are you?" She says she can't wait
Aloha.
to be back to face conferences as well. Neither can we. I look forward to seeing you. I know we're gonna have a snack or something. We're gonna do something together, Arlene. So I'm excited about that as well. But hey, let's do this right quick. One of our listeners actually asked, just you get a new job, you receive a promotion, and you're excited about said promotion. Again, I'll be talking about this at HSPA, and I won't be the only one. There's going to be so much education there. But you get this job, and the gentleman basically sent us this question that says, "Am I wrong to expect things to be exactly as it was when they hired me?" And so I'm going to answer that. I do not believe you're wrong to expect things to be exactly as it was when they hired you. I do believe it may be naive. It may be naive. A lot of times when people are hiring, even leadership, coming out of this crisis that we're in, it's like when people are drowning. They didn't mean to break your nose. They just want to stay afloat. And during this pandemic, this staffing crisis, we have National Guard still some places working in medical facilities.
True.
And so people are desperate almost to fill some roles. Now, this may not be your role, so don't be in there like, well, y'all desperate, you got to have me, because they may not need to have you. But there are some people who are desperate to do it. And so when people are in crisis mode like that, they may promise anything. I'm not being funny. It's like when people drink too much and they may be throwing up. I know this doesn't make sense, and you will be like, why is she talking about that for professional development? But just stay with me, chart with me. People overdrink, and now they drunk and they're throwing up, and they're making all kind of promises. I promise I'll never drink again, and such and such. That same thing is a transfer. It transfers. People need help so bad that they may tell you, no, we're going to get you some more staff in here. I know we're supposed to have 14 FTEs and we only have 7. We'll have them in here. We're going to hire them. And then you get in there and they do not hire the FTEs. They didn't intentionally lie to you. They were drowning. And now the water's not up their nose anymore. They can look and see, and they may not have the resources. They may not have the budget for it. So I don't think you're wrong to expect it to be what you agreed to, because that's what you agreed to. But the more you're in leadership, you know that, okay, this is what it is, and this may be the ideal. But when I'm in here, I'm going to have to work this out a different way. I'm going to have to try another approach. Go ahead, Lorraine. I see you have.
No, that's the you broke that down pretty good. I would agree with you. You get into a brand new position, you're taking a risk because to you that position is the unknown. But guess what?
Is.
The company or institution is also taking a risk.
Right.
It's a
we all know somebody.
Risk. It's a shared risk, right? Your resume was exceptional. You nailed the interview. In some professions, you even have a working interview. You nailed that as well. The job description for the institution was spot on. It hit all of the high bullets. It didn't tell you about the vacation gaps or
the Sentinel event they had this year.
Right. They didn't mention all of that, or the troublesome Tuesdays, because certain physicians may have a special instruments that they bring it on their own accord. The best thing you can do is bring forth your experience. You chose this role or job for a reason, and step to it. You got to step to it.
I like what Arlene says. She says growth is what you make it. So how could it stay the same as when you're hired?
Oh,
because the same way technology and things change in our industry, things change in the departments as well.
Yeah.
And so please don't not take on a new role because it may not be everybody when they're dating. We're dating. Yeah. We're dating. Makeup is on. Everybody smells good. Proximity, when you are with something in proximity day in and day out, you're able to see the best and the areas that are opportunities for growth. So
Veronica said, yes, unknown speaks volumes. It is loud. Yes,
it
it
is.
is. Yes, but
It
guess
is.
what? If, unless someone is brand new, and I can't imagine, well, I could imagine someone being brand new in a role that they have zero experience in, you get to a point that some circumstances in your field become reruns. You know,
Come
diff-
on.
different cities, different faces, different temperatures, right? But they become reruns. So you just have to really dig deep and show up. Why did you apply for the job? For mundanicity? You wanted the same thing,
Yeah.
or do you truly want a challenge? Because you know what, Sharon, a lot of interview questions sometimes goes like this: where do you see yourself in the next 3 years or 5 years, right? And you may say something real sellable. I want to be in an institution that's surrounded with brilliant minds that can help me grow my brand and my colleagues. I want to give a voice to this
Yeah.
department. Then you
Yeah.
step to the department and your foundation gets shaken, right? Or shaken, right? So let's get to
And
it.
again, when you step to it and your foundation gets shaken, please know not if it gets shaken, but when. And no one may know. Only you may know when you're at the house, like, this ain't what's going on. Please know that's normal. You're all right. You are right on schedule. The same way, like if you've been a part of a tracking system being implemented at your facility, or you guys are switching out equipment and you're getting something new, there are challenges you're not going to see until you are in the process. And so, if you've taken on a role, which is a leadership role, there are things you are not going to see until you are in the process. There are things you don't see until you are along the way. And so, if it's like, oh man, this ain't what they said, I understand, and that could be a little frustrating. But I hope you hear my voice saying you're on the way, you're
Yeah.
on the path. What
Mhm.
this is now, on the front end, it's like or frustration or what's going on. But on the back end, it's something else in your portfolio. It's something else on your CV. It's something else that you were able to bring a solution to. It's another department you were able to not only stabilize, but now they can support a higher volume because of some of the changes that you've made. And so, yeah,
Absolutely.
you
Absolutely.
know, you can be hot
Absolutely.
about it.
Hmm.
And if you look at social media, you'll see a lot of people who are hot about it. And I don't try to say yay or nay to that, but sometimes when they're that hot, based on how they verbalize it, you can locate, okay, this is their first round, or they're going to take another lap, Moses, because they're still approaching it from a hun should mentality instead of a mentality of someone who is seasoned in leadership and recognize that's what leadership is.
Yeah.
What you
Help.
get paid for.
That's what we
Leadership is
do.
having the hard decisions, the crazy stuff that doesn't make sense,
Solve
and
it.
navigating it.
That's right. Solve it. Healthcare and hospitality, right?
Yes.
Hospitality and healthcare, right? We're
Yeah,
we're
man.
we're in a we're in a business of working, serving, and pleasing people.
Yeah.
Working, serving, and pleasing people. And unlike machinery, now you can program a machine to give you the same output day in and day out, the same binary code. Guess what? Can't do it to people. We have emotions, we have intelligence, we have good days and bad days. So you're gonna get all of that gumbo every day in the department,
Every
and
day.
multiply that by how many employees or staff members or OR rooms and teams. So you know what you signed up for, or maybe you don't.
You don't know what you signed up for, and that's why you caught off guard. But hold on. Hold on.
But
Just
Sharon,
hold
I'm
on.
push back a little bit, right?
Push
Push
back.
back here. There is a common hum, right? If you work in um, sterile processing, or you're a surgical tech, and you've been a surgical tech before, or you went to school to be a surge tech, or you studied to be a sterile processing tech, there's a certain baseline of experiences, mental experiences, that you should come to the job with, right? I'm not saying there's nothing new in the field. There's always going to be something new, but from day one to day three shouldn't be a shocker, right? It shouldn't be all brand new. You never seen any of this. right?
Well,
We
you
can sit
know,
here and we can name every sterilizer brand in the industry right now, right? We can name. So you haven't seen any of it. All of this is foreign, is
I think,
hieroglyphics to you.
well, if they are an experienced leader, and again, you know, we're talking, this is, hey guys, for those of you who are just joining us, please share this video, put your comments in, and ask the questions. I'll be teaching on some of this at HSPA. Please come see me. April 26th, there's going to be a lot of education and things that can empower you, that can equip you, and dang, sometimes just encourage you, because I'm tired, man. And so you're going to be refreshed coming to HSPA. But Luane, a lot of people, because you may have been a supervisor or a manager, maybe you're at a smaller facility, maybe you're in part of a system, you're at a hospital, and sometimes they can give you a false sense of security or a false sense of what you know. Just because you know the sterilizers, the instruments, when you step into leadership, that's like what, 25%, 40% of it? 60% is going to be how you interact with people,
It's
how
true.
you deal with disappointment, how you deal with people not really telling the truth, throwing you under the bus.
How you
That is a
navigate.
large part of leadership, and not in a get my lick back type of way. So I don't know,
I can
you
I
said
can
should.
I can understand that. I can
I think
understand that.
should is better for, I think should jacks people up. And this is what I love, when you push back and you give it to me. So come on and give
Well,
it to me.
we no, I can see the points you just made. That makes sense. Um, Recently had experience with a colleague in a leadership role, and she just wanted to vent, and in that venting, I get it. I'm going to be an active listener if you need me to be an active listener. I'm not going to competitively listen to when I can jump in and, oh, you're wrong, you're right. But what I've heard from her experience was a lot of complaints and concerns. So took a day to mull it over. And when I responded, I said, what's the what's the solution? Because in a leadership role, it's easy to just vent out and have a laundry list of what's not working. But in
Come
a
on.
leadership role, you're hired to predicate a solution. What do we do next? Do we change the shift schedules? Do we need to improve communication? Do we need to hire staff? Do we need to whatever that may be, the fixes? So, to all our leaders out there, the same energy that you may have in looking at all of the woes, I need you to invest in all of the wows, right?
Right.
What can we
As they
invest
say,
in?
keep that same energy for
Keep
the
that same
wow.
energy. Keep that same energy. Or as they say, you understood the assignment. If you understand what leadership is, some of the core competencies. Hey, step to your business.
Also, okay, and again, guys, we're responding. We got some things, and people were asking us about leadership. Some of you may know that that is my definite wheelhouse. That's my background, even before I got into sterile processing. And so, when it comes to leadership, there are different options. There are different options. There is no one right way. You don't want to be dogmatic with it. There is a way, but there's no one right
No,
way. There's one right way for the process with instruments, probably, but in dealing with people, there needs to be flexibility. So I just wanted to share too, with that leadership,
mm-hmm.
be mindful. Even as we're coming up on HSPA, stay with me. Be mindful of what I call your amen corner. When you are growing in leadership, again, I'm going to be teaching on this. And so I'm not even giving you guys the good stuff that's going to be in the session, but I'm giving you some nuggets. When you are progressing in leadership, wherever you are, it's a progressive thing, and you're progressing. Beware of your amen corner, because your amen corner may be from the position you just left. And so
Mm-hmm.
their way of handling something may not be the best way for you to handle it. You guys have a different set of deliverables now. So beware of your amen corner. And we're all going to HSPA, right? I would say beware of your amen corner there too. Listen, not competitively, as Dwayne said. That means you got to listen, just woosah, slow your mind down a little bit and listen, because you don't want to, my recommendation, unsolicited, you don't want to go to HSPA and just go there and have like I don't want to curse, and only have negative things to say. Only Only talk about what's wrong. Listen for solutions. Bring solutions. You don't want to go to HSPA and talk so bad about your facility because the person you're talking to may want to hire you for their facility and it'd be like, wow, will this be the conversation about my department in 3 months? And so you want to be mindful of that as well. What do you think about that, Lawayne?
I think you should have your game plan before you. What are you trying to get from this conference? Are you going to just take some free pens? You know, that's why you flew 2,000 miles.
Is
You
it just
know,
for the pins and the Ruhoff monkey?
no, you going just for the social affair. You're going for the education. So really get your game plan down. Because I can tell you what, when I sponsor staff to go, you know, I expect a return on my investment. Yes, I support you, team member, and I like you, of course. But paying for your accommodations, your flight, I expect you to come back and divest what you've learned to your colleagues, your institution. What can we learn from your experience? What can we do different? How can we be better? What's out there? You know, in fact, when you go and see the new technology, you should have a stack of business cards when you come back. You may see a void in your own reprocessing stream that say, you know what, I met someone, you know, and she was amazing, and she spoke about this. You know, we have the same tracking system, but this platform wasn't open yet, and here's who we can contact. So you have an amazing opportunity to learn and grow your own tribe and grow your own institution. So be mindful, be open to learn, be open for feedback, and be intentional. You know, when you go to be
intentional.
Yeah.
Be intentional. So what I heard you say, Lawayne, was have a game plan.
Have a game plan.
Have a game plan. I know we're all excited to be there. I'm excited myself. I was talking about it today. I'm excited to go to HSPA. I am excited to see people in person that I haven't seen. I am excited for all of the in-person events to come back and to be able to go and look at different vendor booths. Some of you want to be an educator. This is a great time to come and get education and take it back. You know, some of you you want to see something different within your department, within, hey, the process we're using is kind of antiquated, our equipment, go and look at different things. Go and look at different things and bring it back. Whether they operate on what you bring back or not, bring it back, because that's you. That is you getting acclimated to taking initiative and showing up for your industry and your department. So okay. So
show up, have a game plan, take your time, make sure you visit every single vendor. Shout out to all the vendors who are spending their time and resources coming there. And I know it's not easy, I know it's not easy, but take your time and make some rounds,
Make some rounds. Definitely go see the SIPS booth. SIPS always has some nice giveaways and just fun stuff. Go see CS Assist. We already mentioned Skytron, Steelco, BellyMed. Definitely go and see them as well. There used to be, was it MMIC, MMIC? And they had like mobile units.
Yeah.
And I believe Steris is gonna rock with the mobile units. Steris is gonna probably have a mobile unit there. They go and check it out. Go and look at it. Listen, if there's a mobile unit, you know what that is? That's a mobile facility. They're gonna need people to work that, and people to sell those services. A lot of people say, hey, I want to get into the sales part. Bring it.
I do. Who I'm gonna be looking forward to seeing all of the new brands. Right? There's some folks that have flags in the sand of SPD that are never gonna go away. Right? I've seen them when I was a technician. I see them now, and I appreciate their longevity. But I'm also excited to see the newcomers. Those new companies that put their hat in the ring. They were courageous entrepreneurs who may have developed something fresh and different.
Okay.
So take your time and go explore the vendors. See who's out there. Make some connections.
Let's see. Definitely agility. I know that you've spoken highly of agility. So
agility.
People will go see agility.
Agility.
Brian Reed.
Absolutely.
I hope that I know he'll be there. I don't know if they have a booth, but I'm going to look for him.
there's some strong brands, and some
Yeah,
good people, some really good people,
solid folks.
some solid folks.
Yeah,
You
so
know,
I'm here for it. Listen, man, I don't think you'll see this many vendors at one location anytime outside of HSPA. Someone had asked me before, like, should I go? Listen, I say go to both. I'm going to both. Should I go here or should I go there? I don't know where you're going to see a collection of vendors like you're going to have at HSPA. Also, there's going to be a lot of education. You can get all your CEUs at one time by attending HSPA. Now, also, I don't know where you'll get the career development and the accessibility and proximity that you have to leaders that you have at Scrub Ball. You'll be able to sit next to Sharon Green Golden and hear what she has to say when she's teaching and when she's not. And so it's different.
it
It's
is.
different. Go to both. Go to
It's a
both. It's
yeah.
not either or, it's
No,
both and.
no.
And it
It,
just feeds our industry.
it's
So
like when people ask what's your favorite holiday, Christmas or Thanksgiving or New Year. What? I need all of them. I need
I
to
enjoy
have
them all.
all of them. I enjoy them all. I'm looking forward
So,
to seeing some of my international friends. I have a lot of
true.
colleagues from Pakistan, from Germany, that we only get to really connect in person during conferences like HSP and the Scrub Ball and ARN. So I'm really looking to see some of my peers who are
Canada.
coming
Canada's
from
always
Canada.
representing.
Right.
Canada is
All the
always
time.
representing. You're like,
So
well, that's not really. Yes, it is. Canada is a different country too. Canada is always representing. Hey, let's definitely. I want to do this commercial for Hold Your Form, because even what we just talked about in leadership, you can get some of these tidbits in the book Hold Your Form, and just because I think it's a nice commercial. So let's take this quick commercial break. Want to hit Hold Your Form? I definitely want to hit CS Assist, Dwayne. I so
look,
appreciate both
mm,
you and SIPS Consults. You
it's
make yourself available. I know you out there working,
hey,
traveling
it's
the country, making it happen, and you always make yourself available for the industry.
we really I really love what I do. I really do, and thank you for being a vessel to share. Look, Hold Your Farm is one of what my top five mandatory reads in this field. Now, it's not just for our field. That's not what I'm saying. But if you're in cell process operative or perioperative care, Hold Your Form is a must-have for your bookshelf. Gift it and re-gift it. Let's check out this commercial.
All right, let's do it. All right, and we're back. You're watching Knowledge and Nonsense. And what we're doing tonight, we have talked about people who are in leadership, progressive leadership. And the question was asked, am I wrong for expecting things to be exactly as my recruiter, as my hiring manager, as the facility stated before I took this job? Am I wrong for expecting it to be exactly what they said? And our answer was no, you're not wrong. However, it may be naive. It may be naive because if someone is drowning or someone desperately needs help, they are going to make promises that once things calm down, that urgency may not be there. So they may promise you 4 more FTEs, but once you're there, putting processes in place, getting the staff educated with the competencies, making sure things are in order, that urgency where they were drowning before may not be there. And so they may have to look at their budget objectively. Because when you're drowning, you're not objective. You're frustrated, you're in emotions, you're in crisis mode. You're like, ah. But once that is settled and you can look at something objectively, then they're going to choose things and they're going to prioritize differently. And so, no, you're not wrong. And you're not wrong for being frustrated about it or feeling like you were misled. However, hold your form, work it out, because on the other side of this is something more you can put on your CV. It's another problem you solve. It's another thing you can add to your portfolio, your body of work. I was able to, I was understaffed. We were this
Right.
many sets down. Within 90 days, I was able to do this, and this, because it may not be your final stop. And so use
Yeah.
it.
I can see that. And look, don't interview for a job, interview for change, right? Be that change agent in
Come on.
whatever level in your position of technician, middle management, associative care, C suite, whatever your position, interview for change. How are you going to impact the institution? How are you going to impact the industry? What are you bringing to the table? Not just what your resume says. That's just the high level, you know, places you visited. I consider your resume to be the places you visited. I can see, oh, you visited this hospital in Kentucky. Okay, you worked here in Hawaii. That's nice. You visited some places, but
Yeah.
interview for change, not for the job.
One of the comments here that you all can't see here, but it says no. But a lot of times, like, no, you're not wrong for thinking that. But a lot of times they sell you the vision they want, not the vision that's in front of them.
Mm.
Now, if I had DS's from the processes microphone right now, I do a mic drop. A lot of times they sell you on the vision they want, not necessarily the vision that is in front of them.
Which is
And
their
so,
job.
which
It's
is
their
their
job.
job.
That's their
Yes.
job. Why would I want to interview? I want the best help in the world, best support. I'm not telling you our department floods every third Tuesday.
Right. Oh, the wine is
I'm
frozen
telling
a
you
little
though.
bit. Go ahead.
I said I'm not telling you our department floods every third Tuesday. I will tell you though, how would you handle a department that floods occasionally, right? So we hire you for change. We have people
Yeah.
to do the job. Essence Montgomery. What does Essence say?
She
No,
just, that's what I just read.
oh, awesome, awesome. Very, very, very true. I love that. The vision in front of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, step in and be that change agent.
Yeah. Just again, guys, with leadership, the sexiest part of these roles that people want is the unsexy work. It is
Hmm.
the unsexy work. And leadership, decisions other people don't make, or they be like, well, that ain't me. And leadership, you're expected to make those decisions, you know?
Hmm.
And again,
It's that's you know what I love, because that's what we do, right?
yeah.
Um, I, I've even shared with my team, right? When our customers in the operating room, and we know their case volume is soaring right now in some of our accounts, it's unbelievably soaring. We intend to look for those gaps that we can help solve. One facility, it was absolutely the role for someone in the OR to help transport the case cards down to SPD. Um, but by SPD taking on that over that role, we were able to give them more time back for room turnover, which allowed them to treat their patients that much quicker, or prepare to treat their patients quicker. So look for those opportunities that you can jump in. And that's
Wow. And that's
that's
not even a huge change. That's
no,
just, we'll go get the cart.
absolutely,
We'll send
absolutely,
somebody. We'll dedicate
absolutely,
somebody to that.
absolutely.
Yeah. And that's what I mean about being solution oriented and being a problem solver. Again, guys, I want to remind you, if you're coming to HSPA, even if you're not coming to HSPA, be aware of your A-man corner. Be aware of it. Just because someone agrees with you, that may not be the best solution for what you're navigating, what you're encountering. And so kudos to that. All right, so let me see if I had another question. Guys, again, if you have leadership questions, you know what I would like for, if you're watching, and I see we have some people on LinkedIn and some people on other social media platforms, please, if you are able to do it, please type in something that you have heard or you have said when someone is new in leadership, that, again, not even new, but progressing in leadership. And so type that in, and let's see how some of those things go. I want to go back to Arlene's comment, though, which I think was so dynamic.
Arlene always keeps them coming, and I
Yeah.
also
Well,
saw
you
from
know what?
Johnny Ping as well.
She's been an educator, a system-wide educator. She's gone to another facility, so she knows what transition is like.
She's
You know?
She's an impressive professional by
She's a
far.
board member. She's passionate about this. She
Mm-hmm.
said, growth is what you make it. So how could it stay the same as when you're hired?
Mm, mm. I don't know if the mic is picking up my but yes,
Yes.
indeed, indeed,
So,
indeed.
okay, when we interview, let me see if I can read this question. When we interview for a position, ask the question, what are the greatest hurdles for a new hire to overcome and be successful? That's good. What does success look like in the position? These are great questions to ask. Please, these are great questions. These are questions you probably, for position wise and how people see you, these are questions you actually would want to ask before you say, what's the pay? Or what do I have to do? Like, these are questions that show you are in it, as Luane said, for change, be the change. So I
Yeah,
love that.
you listen. You also gonna find yourselves because it's happened, right? You'll find yourself in an interview where you may be a little more astute to the role than the person interviewing you, right? That's a real scenario. That's a real scenario. So the goal is to go in and see where you can find that partnership. They're hiring for a reason. It's not just an empty body. Not just a place saver. It's not just someone to fill that seat. They need solutions. So bring your talent to the table, not just your resume, not
Yes.
just your most recent experiences. Bring your talent. Bring it all.
Hey guys, please take a snapshot of this question that Essence Montgomery has placed on. When you're interviewing, ask the question, what are the greatest hurdles for a new hire to overcome and be successful? And what does success look like in this position?
Mm.
Now, ask that definitely if you're going up for leadership. But for those of you coming to HSPA, it's going to be a lot of people there and a lot of vendors. People are looking to hire, not just medical facilities, but a lot of people. This is a great question you can ask there. If someone's asking you, "Hey man, we're hiring," be like, "Well, wow, that's good. What are the greatest hurdles? Like, what does success look like to you? What does your company deem success in this role?" Ask
Mm.
that. That begins the dialogue.
It's a great
Please
question.
don't let your first question be, "Well, how much they pay?"
No, they're not. They're not gonna do
You get
that.
to that. You're gonna get to that. And you may even get to the point where instead of saying how much they pay, you say, well, this is my price range.
Yeah, yeah.
This is what I expect. And yeah, all right, I'm gonna let
Right.
that go. Y'all ain't gonna get
No, you
on the
gotta
street
hold that
stuff.
there. But it's keen. You know what else is cool about HSPA? Uh, I would almost I would I feel strongly confident that most or many of the companies that you'll see there are actually hiring. No,
Yeah,
they're hiring. Make your round. And if you're not in the market, that's fine. But you may know someone. You may be able to gift an opportunity.
yes.
Gift a referral. So as is Montgomery, yes, growth is what you make it. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. What are some barriers between a department and the
And the
OR?
OR.
The
These are
OR.
questions for people to ask when you're
Yeah.
going for a position.
Mhm.
You know,
For
one question I encourage people to ask: if you're going to a place and I ask, okay, well, how long was this position vacant before I came? And how many people have had this position in the last 24 months? Definitely for management positions. If you're going into a place that has had 4 or 5 managers, whether they let you know or not, that means that there's something leadership wise that there's some boundaries. You can still take the position, but just know your hurdles are going to be with personality and getting engagement. Your hurdles are not going to be because the sterilizer isn't working.
well, yeah, that's I can see that as a good question. I also like to ask what's a problem or an opportunity that I can help mature for you. You
That's
know,
good.
sometimes you have to interview the interviewer. I let them tell you how your day one is gonna look. You know, can I observe the department? It's rare when I'm interviewing that. I love when candidates they want to leave the office and they want to go see the department. I appreciate that. I always appreciate you seeing the action in action.
That's good. That's good. Hey, I want to give a shout out to Surgery Trey. He said that he will be at HSPA. And just in case you guys don't know, Luane, you remember you said there's so many new companies out there. Not only does he have a dynamic, he draws, he does some really awesome drawings of sterile processing type things, but he also works with I Spy, which is a school with Dominique Wilkins up there in is it the Philadelphia area,
doing a
up
lot
in
of
that
big things.
area. So
Big
there are
things.
people,
Yeah.
John Tay, Aseptic Technical Solutions. There's some new companies out there that are really doing their part to enhance our industry.
Yeah, and they deserve their credit, their flowers, their props, right?
Yeah.
So when I see you, Trey and team, I'm just saying thank you. And if you say for
Yeah.
what, I'm gonna say pick one.
Yeah.
Pick one. Pick one thing you've done to support this industry, coworker, pair, or patient. No, thank you.
Yeah. For a long time, one of the things that there was a stigma years ago within SPD, and people were like, well, we're not seeing, we're not hurting. And again, that's improving. I'm not saying that has gone away. But one thing COVID did was shine the light on sterile processing. So what do? Let's dance in the light,
Yeah.
Let's dance in the light.
Mm-mm.
Let's
Guess what? We'll never
let's
be in the
Kansas
dark
City
again.
this thing. Huh?
We'll never be in the dark again.
Yeah, yeah.
That's it.
Let's handle it.
Let's handle it. We asked for it. We definitely asked for it.
So,
And be prepared for your interviews, right? Listen, what else I'm seeing out there is we know that, hey, Miss Elsie, we know that you're in high demand. Healthcare workers are in high demand. And some, bring that with them to the interview. They know that, hey, I know you need me. I know this job has been open for 6 months. I know this. So you are in a place of power, but use that power wisely.
yeah.
Use it wisely.
Don't be a butt.
Yeah.
Like you said, be an agent for change.
Mm-hmm.
The way I like that, and I like how even when I was talking about the one question, you said, "What I like to say, what are some ways that I can help? How can I help? Position it." Arlene said, "Stand up for SPD." Harold Elise, I want to say it's Elise. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. If I'm not, he said a question he asked is, "Hey, what's the turnover?" This gives you an idea, so you can make a more informed decision. There are going to be problems if you're coming in leadership. You're there to solve problems, to show solutions, to be a part of something amazing. And so don't be upset because it's a problem, because that's what you're there for and you can do it.
Yeah.
Dr. Crowder, Antoine Crowder, he said one of the questions he asked is who performs the competencies for the leadership in this department? I love that question because it says who performs the competencies for the leadership. That means the leaders are engaged as well,
Great question.
Sarah B. Cruz giving a shout out to I Spy. Also, CSS, Sarah B. Cruz. That is, again, is somebody who's helping enhance the industry. I'm excited, y'all.
It is. Just look at all the amazing people just leaving comments, right?
Yeah.
From different walks of life who share a common core. They all care about the patient, and guess what? You can be the patient, so could someone in your family, friend, or stranger. And we all care about the patient. ISPA creates anchor cell processing employees. Indeed, Sarah. So we want to make sure we round. Dr. Crowder, looking forward to seeing you at the conference, sir.
You guys come see us. Come find us. Luane and I, whether we are together or at different parts, we work different areas. Please come see us and say, hey, my name is Harold. I'm be like, hey, Harold, what's going on? Yeah, let's do this. Arlene, man. So who performs?
And what else is interesting is a trend that is not new, but I haven't seen one-on-one interviews in a long time where there's you and one manager. I see committee interviews now. There was one interview I was a part of, and on the hiring panel, we had someone from EVS, we had someone from infection prevention, someone from the operating room, and I like those type of setups because you really get to speak to your multitude of stakeholders, You may work in one department, but you report to many. You
Yeah,
have
you
influence
do.
over a significant, broader audience.
Let's see. Rebecca Kenny is going to be there. Becca with Cypress Rise, definitely. She's helping leaders really have the tools intact there. So,
I
yeah,
remember Rebecca. She came on Nod Nonsense and killed
yeah,
it
she
for
was a guest
me.
host with the
She was that
educators. She's
soul. She killed
amazing.
it. She killed it.
Yeah, I look
Ollie and
forward
I
to
agree.
working with her more and more. I look forward to being able to partner and do different things there. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, listen, man. One thing Arlene says, say it for everyone in the back. I'm gonna say this for everyone in the back, front, side to side. One thing those of us who have worked within this industry know is the sterile processing, like it's some highly intelligent people. Do you know how many instruments we work with? Do you know how many different type of viruses and specialties? And so what we see now is we see different people really bringing that out. It's amazing. Like Bumpwood used to be said, that's
Hmm.
their loss. They didn't know. They hadn't been in the department. But if you've been in the department, it's some high caliber, solid individuals, some top tier people.
Oh,
And
absolutely,
so
absolutely. And for the leaders, you know how many personalities we manage, how many situation circumstances we have to govern,
yeah,
how many stakeholders we have to answer to, how many budgets we have to balance. The list goes on and on. So, what's going to be fun about this conference? We have so many skilled people, some who are vetted, some who are brand new, all at the same place at the same time for a collective. We get to commune, we get to learn together. We get to exchange phone numbers. We get to just say, hey,
yeah.
share a cup of coffee. Where you been? What's been up to? We get to catch up. We get to do the people thing, huh?
You listen, guys, come find us. Come find us. Definitely come find me on uh sometime on Monday. I'm just gonna put it there. We're gonna be in the lobby somewhere talking about dismissed. And so bring your questions, bring your stories, bring the things you've said, and bring a pen because I'm gonna be like, hey, sign this release because we want to film this because we're here. We're gonna be rubbing elbows. We can ask real questions. I don't have to ask the questions. We can ask real questions. Listen, this is what happened with my manager. Listen, this is what happened with the OR manager, and it's not even true. How did you deal with that? And you know what? Someone in their circle is going to be able to say,
Mm-hmm.
I had something very similar happen to me, and this is what happened. This is how this thing rolled out. You
Mm-hmm.
don't have to, there's a lot that you're going to conquer, but you don't have to take it all by yourself. You have a network. Because
Yeah.
something COVID has let us know, we have a network.
Huge.
We are not
Huge.
limited to just our local chapters anymore. This virtual thing, we have our chapter plus now.
Mm-hmm.
Resources. Yeah.
Resources galore, and you have to tap into them. You know, all, not all, many of your industry influencers, your decision makers, the shakers, those,
Yeah.
those who are changing the game are so gonna be at this conference. So come one, come all. Indeed, Sarah, I think I owe you a cup of coffee. Essence, I'm in the technology field, and I know as a leader, those challenges are cross industry. Yes, yes, yeah,
Essence is amazing, guys.
yes.
If you haven't connected with Essence on LinkedIn, please
Find her.
give us some stars and some hearts too on LinkedIn. But connect with Essence Montgomery. Even if though she's not in the sterilization field, she's still in technology. She is a dynamic professional, um, top tier,
Yeah,
top tier. She will be one of the top females within her industry soon. So
yeah,
yeah, Essence, no pressure, no pressure.
yeah.
But
Those are real challenges. But guess what? Leadership, and those core leadership skills can transcend. Absolutely, you can pivot those skills. You can transfer them to different industries. You know.
yeah. So hey, this is what I like to ask. I'm just clapping my hands. This is how you know I'm excited. You see it, Lewayne?
I
I
see
am
it.
excited. So excited just to be around people. My voice maybe have a little volume and passion in it, but it's all right. I love you guys. Hope there's love for me too. But yeah, I'm just looking at some of these comments. Hey, let's do this. If you see the comments on LinkedIn, go and befriend some of these people. If you're not a contact with these people right now, Go and send a connection request right now. Even with HSPA, networking is a part of what you do. It is a part of what you do, especially if you're in the progressive leadership thing. So go and find, okay, Rebecca. Rebecca may have so many people that she may you follow her. If she can't have any more requests because she's packing like that, follow her. Go and reach out with Essence. Go and reach out to Arlene, to Sarah. Go and reach out to Surgery Trade, Mr. Smith. Go and reach out to these people and connect with them on LinkedIn. This is your network.
It's
This
the
is what we
opportunity.
do.
I would like to ask our viewers, where you watching from? What state or city are you in? So if you can pop that in the comments, that'd be cool. Sharon, what's your booth number? Do you know your booth number?
Yeah. Yes, I'm gonna look it up right now on the floor plan.
That works. That works.
Come see booth 739 is SIPS Consults. Mr. Perkins, your booth is 1223. I'm looking at the floor plan right now. Sarah's saying attend her pre-conference workshop on actionable networking skills. That's Saturday. Put the time in there, Sarah.
Let us share that.
Networking is monumental. Spokane, Washington, Oklahoma, Houston.
Houston.
Dr. Crowder, you're in Houston? You're right up the road from me. We need to see each other. Man. So, yeah. I know Mr. Smith, I believe he's up there on the East Coast, if he's still with us. But, yeah. So, there's so many. Listen, it's going to be, it's going to be great.
Look, out of all the learning, the food, the education, it's going to be fun. We're going to have a lot of fun. We need that up close and personal interaction. Arlene Bush, yes, definitely looking forward to seeing y'all and film a show for sure. Arlene, we can't wait to see you. So it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Networking is monumental.
Yeah, let's
do it, guys. We're here. We've been cooped up, cramped up. With the exception of the scrub ball last year, I don't know any true in-person thing, and so let's do it. And for those of us who are in the industry, the light's on us. Let's run with this light. Let's dance in the light. Let's tap dance on them.
Yeah.
Let's show what we really bring to the table. Let's not get so caught up on what someone else isn't doing that we forget to do us. Let's do what we do.
What we came to do.
I hope I'm able to see you guys again. If you're there Tuesday, please come Tuesday afternoon. I'd love to see you in the room. And
we bringing the crowd to you. We're gonna be in the section going crazy as soon as you hit the stage.
Yes. That's good. Yeah, I'm interactive too. So I guarantee you'll come out of there with something. All right. So Sarah says, yes, 2 sessions on Saturday at 9 a.m. and at 11 a.m. So if you guys are there on Saturday, go and see Sarah B. Cruz. She's with Pre-Tree CSS. Yeah.
And I love that t-shirt. I love that t-shirt. Scrub Life.
That's
fire.
Scrub Life. Yes. Yes, I love it too. So I think that's all we have for tonight. It's straight up 9 o'clock. We hope that we've been able to be helpful and add value. We thank you guys for the love and the support, being here with us on this Tuesday. We missed you last week. We played a rerun, but it was such a good one with the educators. It was such a high quality and informative show with nice energy. It was worth the replay. And so, again, we'll have Scrub Ball 2022. This shirt right here, Scrub Life.
Scrub Life. Thanks.
So I believe next Tuesday we will be speaking with Cliff Russell. Some of you know him, definitely in the California West Coast area. We're going to do a little bit with instrument repair. So bring your questions.
Yeah, bring them. So Sharon,
I'm so excited. I keep talking.
Yeah. Hey, looking forward to see you on the road. Haven't seen you in person in a good while as well. So it's gonna be fun. Essence and Harold, Sarah, Antoine, Becca. Hey, thanks for jumping on today. It was a pleasure. We made some new friends of the show, and we'll see you soon. See you this Saturday.
See you this Saturday.
Mm-hmm. Have a good night.